G'day everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. For today's video, we're going to be looking at a bit of the cryptocurrency news just in the space for the day. This must be said, the opinions and information expressed in this video is either that of myself or the authors listed for the following articles. None of this should be taken as legal, tax and or financial advice. Now, let's begin. Samsung, the largest smartphone manufacturer in the world by market share, announced that its new Galaxy S10 smartphone will include a feature for securely storing cryptocurrency private keys through its blockchain-enabled mobile devices. The latest flagship smartphone to come out of Samsung has caused quite the stir in the crypto community. Social media came alive once the company announced that its new phone would come with dedicated secure storage designed for cryptocurrency private keys. Now, I'm not going to read the whole article. I'm just going to extract just one or two more key points. What interests me the most, and many people in the space, is the idea of mass adoption of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. So, the question here is: blockchain key storage could be the road to mass adoption? Question mark. Rumors about the possible new features of Samsung's Galaxy S10 began circulating months before the phone's official launch. Back in December 2018, community website Sam Mobile was among the first to suggest that the new S10 could come with crypto-friendly features. So, rest of the article here, it also talks about HTC's Exodus 1 as another phone that offers a cryptocurrency wallet. I think this is a great idea. Anything to try and boost adoption, but you got to have something that is safe, reliable, convenient, and especially with the safety and convenience factors, because as I've said in a previous video, it is quite a confounding space. Most people still don't understand how it works. So if we can try and ease people into it and create a very simple user interface, it's I think someone gave the analogy of something that your grandmother can use and that she can use fairly easily. So it has to be really simple. Bitcoin enthusiast Max Keiser took a gander at a recent letter Warren Buffett sent to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders, and he wasn't pleased at all. He saw the actions Buffett revealed in the letter as prime reasons people should buy Bitcoin instead of investing in the stock market. Keiser's response included tweets and interviews over the weekend. He tweeted that the letter indicated that Buffett is not satisfied with the stock market. The points made in Buffett's letter may have even helped push Bitcoin's price above 4,100. While many took the segue from Buffett to Bitcoin's price as a joke, what Keiser said in an interview with RT carried far more weight in making a case for Bitcoin investing instead of stock investing. Now, for copyright reasons, I can't play this video. Highly recommend just checking out the site. CCN, by the way, provides really good coverage in the crypto space. Highly recommend their content. Yeah, it's just such a polarizing space. You've got they're all crypto enthusiasts, and you even have these maximalists. The people who are just there promoting their coin and just dissing the other coins. It's just amazing, just the tribalism you get, and as I said, how it polarizes people. And just comments that let's see, he makes throughout, or Keiser makes throughout the article here. So what I would like to draw your attention to is just this section of the article. Buffett's been a Bitcoin skeptic for a long time. He's made various remarks about Bitcoin and I think cryptocurrencies in general, but this one here, the rat poison comment, probably one of the most memorable ones. And he constantly mentions this bubble. I think that was necessary to have this huge correction because 2017 was a year of astronomical growth in the space. It just went too fast, too hard, it was just excessive. But as you can see, it's still around, and further articles I'll show you will demonstrate that there's still a lot of R&D in the space. But I want to draw your attention to this article, just tying into this story here. Why Warren Buffett, he just seems to largely avoid investments in the technology sector. His two key reasons why he's opposed to a lot of technology stocks, according to this article, is, well, firstly, this concept of the economic moat. So According to this, just to quote what's written in the article, the moat concept is a principle of Buffett's style of value investing. It refers to the competitive advantage a company has in its business that allows it to generate long-term profits and continue growing market share versus competitors. The moat serves as a buffer of protection for continued profitability. So how I interpret that is he's looking at more of something with more stability and just that long-term growth. Whereas technology, much uncertainty. Very difficult to predict how big it will get, if it will crash, which companies will take off, so on and so forth. And that ties in with the second point here. Hard to pick a winner. To pick winners in the technology sector early on and build a position at a reasonable price. Again, that's the whole thing about, we'll call it speculating. I mean, yes, there's investing, but because it's highly risky, the returns they could be amazing, but you could obviously lose everything as well. This is why, and this is a good segue into just the cryptocurrency space in general. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose, and I would still have a crack, especially if there's a company with good potential, utility, something unique about it that doesn't exist today, and things that cryptocurrencies are proposing to do as technological disruptors. So, in spite of this, I still respect Warren Buffett for him as an investor, and he's obviously done very well for himself, very sensible. People get it wrong sometimes because one of the richest people in the world has an issue with this space and doesn't have faith in it. Does not necessarily mean that it's fraudulent or it's not going to take off. It's uncertain. And he's just being risk averse. Fair enough. Moving on to the final article for this news installment for the day. Let's have a look. It's now, quick side note, I'm trying to get at least one or two Aussie-based articles per segment, I should say per episode. A lot of the news, I guess, is in Europe, North America, and Asia. Let's just see what's happening down under as well. So, want to kickstart the next Bitcoin bull run. Stop hodling and start spending. As a crypto community, we're all guilty of trying to predict the next Bitcoin bull run. Just wait until the Bitcoin ETF is approved. It'll explode when Wall Street embraces crypto, which I believe will happen in the near future, just for the record. Bitcoin will soar when pension funds start buying Bitcoin. JP Morgan's new cryptocurrency will send prices higher. Just kidding. Yeah. Instead of sitting around waiting for these institutional changes, which may or may not even happen, we can do something ourselves. Start spending Bitcoin. Mass adoption will trigger the next Bitcoin bull market. I agree. We need more of we need more everyday people behind this. In fact, if you look at the data back in 2017, well, throughout most of the history of Bitcoin, or say Bitcoin being the first coin, and just cryptos in general, we've looked at more retail investors. So you and I, just the everyday person, buying and selling crypto and transacting in it as well. As the boom was coming to an end in December 2017, there was a huge change. There was a huge change in focus. The retail investors just seemed to be less important, and more emphasis was being placed on institutional investors. And since then, we've been in limbo. There's been issues in the USA. I mean, I could go on. I'm waffling here. I could spend the whole video just talking about this topic. The point is, we've just been banking on big institutions and huge companies to get involved in the space for there to be like a resurrection of cryptocurrency, so to speak, and to get the prices skyrocketing upwards. I agree with the contents here. We need to stop relying on these institutional investors pretty much and go and just onto the last article I want to mention. There's now this thing where you can buy Domino's pizza via the Lightning Network. And cool photo of one of the Ninja Turtles. Now, I thought I'd draw your attention to this. 8 years ago today, so it's nearly 9 years ago, so this was in 2010, someone bought 2 pizzas with Bitcoins now worth $82 million. US dollars. You heard right. You heard correctly. 22nd of May 2010, a programmer purchased 2 large Papa John's pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins, worth about $30 at the time. To put it into perspective, let's just go back to the first article here, which has the price about $3,800 for 1 Bitcoin. All right, and yeah, 10,000. I think it's now. It's probably about could be 38 million, but don't quote me on that. I'm thinking now the 10,000 Bitcoin, So this is nuts. Just to see how the price has appreciated like at an exponential rate. Value of Bitcoin today, based in 2018 figures. Look at that. The order for 2 pizzas would have been worth nearly $200 million US dollars. That is insane. It's amazing how prices change in 5 or 6 years, or in this case 8 years, but a lot of the growth has occurred the past 2 to 3 years. If you just look at the graph, that just really puts it into perspective. That'll be a wrap for today. Thank you very much for tuning in.